Welcome to the recording for week 5 of Meditation Monday. In this recording, we're going to talk about how to be heart-centered and how to communicate with your heart. So, as always, start in a seated position or even lie down, whatever is comfortable, and take 3 nice deep breaths. And as always, we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with each breath, let it become slower than the last. So your breathing rests at a nice, relaxed position. In and out, comfortable to the body. And bring your attention to your physical body. See if there's any aches or pains that you want to get rid of. But for the moment, just acknowledge them. See if they're there, and breathe into them. And with each breath, let any pain or discomfort slip away. Now bring your attention to the base of the spine, and drop your grounding cord through the layers of the earth, until it reaches the core and wraps around, nice and tight. And just know that for the entire meditation, that you will be grounded. And remember with meditating that we want to set our intention. So for grounding, just set your intention that you will be grounded, and it will happen. We don't always have to feel that it's working, but just know, if you say you're grounded, you're going to be. And with a nice deep breath, pull up that nice golden earth energy up your grounding cord and let it spill into your legs, throughout your body, up through the torso and through the arms and through the head. Keep your breathing nice and steady. And go ahead and let that earth energy settle into a nice, comfortable level that feels good to you. Any excess, let it slip right on down your grounding. And think about any thoughts that you don't need to hold on to right now. Anyone else's energy that does not serve you. So just take a nice deep breath and remember that as we release energy, we can release that down our grounding, and we're going to do that on the exhale. So take a nice deep breath in. And on that exhale, just let it all go. And remember, even if you don't feel it, just know it's going down your grounding, deep into the earth. Good. Just release on the exhale and keep breathing. Now, as we begin today's meditation regarding the heart, bring your attention, use your hand to feel either your physical heart or the space in the center of your chest, just over from it. Whatever one feels comfortable for you, that's the space that we're going to focus our attention in. I typically like to focus my attention in the center of the chest and compared to the physical heart, but it does not matter, whatever feels good to you. So just touch that space and know that as you touch it, your awareness goes there, and where your awareness goes, energy flows. So if you ever want to send energy to your heart, just touch that space. Now, one of the things that we can do to really begin to heal the physical body, physically and spiritually as well, but particularly physically, is if you bring your attention to the center of your heart and raise your emotion to an elevated state. And what that means is as you focus on that spot, feel feelings like love, joy, compassion, care for others. We want to radiate, bring up this feeling and radiate through our body, but especially in that heart focus point. So take a nice deep breath and take a moment to think about which elevated emotion you would like to bring up. Now keep in mind, we're not going to think about feeling that emotion, but we actually want to feel it. So we want to think about something that's going to evoke something very strongly, so to actually radiate that love or joy. So think about someone or something, or if you're unsure, you could always go for gratitude as well. Something, we all have something that we can be grateful for. So again, touch that spot in the center of your chest where the heart lies. And begin to feel whatever elevated emotion feels good to you right now. And remember, if you have any thoughts that come in that might interrupt, just acknowledge them and let them slip on by. And come back to that feeling and that spot in your chest. And let that feeling grow. Many times when people experience the feeling of love, they talk about how their chest feels like it could burst open. That's that same feeling of energy that we want to experience now. So actually feel it, bring it up. And just be able to radiate that energy from that space in your body. All right, go ahead and take a nice deep breath. And just sit with how you feel for a moment. Notice what you feel in the body. Some, when they radiate these emotions, they almost express them like highs. But just take a moment and let yourself feel good. Now, for the second part of our meditation, we can go to our heart for any answer that we need, any sort of direction that we might want. The problem is, for many of us, is distinguishing between the head thoughts and our heart thoughts. Our heart answers that we're going to get when we ask are going to be very short, they're going to be very simple and concise, whereas head thoughts often want to take you on a dialogue and tell you how things are going to be done and wonder about all the details. So this little exercise is going to help us kind of distinguish between the two. So take a nice deep breath, reconnect with your grounding. And again, touch that spot in the center of your chest where your heart is. It could be your physical heart or off in the middle. And I want you to say a true statement to yourself, ask a question to yourself that you know to be true. So I always like to start with, is my name Charles? And don't produce an answer, just let one happen. And now we're going to do the same thing for something that we know to be false. So I am going to ask with my hand on my heart, is my name Susan? And see what response you get. Now continue to breathe. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And take a few moments to ask yourself some questions to your heart. If you feel like you start to get lost in those thoughts of the mind again, remember, use that physical sense of touch to bring you back down into your heart so you're centered there. So just take a few moments. You might even ask, what is your purpose in life? If you feel like you're not getting any answers, just sit quietly and breathe. And send out questions and don't try to expect any answer. Again, set your intention that you are going to communicate with your heart and that you will receive answers. So take a few moments and ask your heart whatever questions you would like. All right, now slowly come back to the room. Check back in with your grounding. Take a nice deep breath. And begin to stretch those fingers and the toes, wiggle them. stretch the limbs, and when you were ready, open your eyes. And once again, thank you so much for joining another Meditation Monday, and I will see you next week. Be fantastic.